Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily AMG and welcome to a super massive book outlet unboxing. I've actually already cut open the box, but does this tell you anything about how massive this is going to be? Yeah. My cat is going to have a field day with that I just threw on the floor. Okay, so this is actually box 1 of 2, and this one is so heavy. I think it ended up being like 30 pounds or something crazy. Since I had purchased over $35 worth of books, I got free shipping. That's always amazing, and I feel like book outlets shipping has become a lot quicker. I ordered this a week ago Sunday, and then I got it yesterday. So that was on a Monday. Yesterday was a Monday. I don't know when this video will go out, but yesterday was a Monday. So like pretty quick. Okay, so I ordered 25 books in this particular order. I have another order over here also that we'll unbox. It was 2 separate orders because you know when you look and then you place one order and then you just keep looking and you're like, oh look, now I have another order. So I placed 2 orders in one day because that's my life. Okay, so 25 books in this box. The most expensive book was $5.39. And there are several that are $1.19, $1.29, $1.39, 99 cents. There are 3 that were 99 cents. So yeah, so let's get into this. I will tell you if I've already read it or if it was a cover buy or if it was just synopsis sounded like something that I would enjoy. I'll kind of keep it brief or we'll be here for the remainder of the day. And I'm on my lunch break, so we can't have that. Okay, so first up is Jewel by Brett Lott. I've never read this, but since it was so cheap, I got it. It's an older book. Let's see, it was published in 1991, but I believe it's historical fiction. There's a lot of historical fiction within this, so yeah, let's just get into that. So we have Autobiography of Us. This is Pasadena, California, 1960s. Yes. The Jewel Box. This is London, 1920s. The Sweetheart, which, oh look, there I am. Doesn't that look like me? That's my dream. This is 1953 Philadelphia. 2 Hotel Frankfurts, and this is 1940 Portugal. White Collar Girl, 1950 Chicago. Studio St. X, I believe I'm saying that wrong, and I actually got this in a hardback in my April book haul, which I haven't filmed either. But this takes place in, I know it's New York City, and I believe it's at the first of the, I mean, obviously it's around, what, 20s? It doesn't exactly say, but sounds good to me. Sign me up. Okay, I feel like I have another one. And maybe I don't, but, and it may be in the other box. We can just get into. Alright, next up we have Moxie by Jennifer Matthew, and I am so excited to read this. Not only is it blurbed by Amy Poehler, but this was one of my most anticipated reads of 16, 17, I can't remember. It's been on my TBR for a while, and when I saw it at under $6, because every book in this box was under $6. Next up is a cover buy, and that is The Last Days of Rabbit Haze. Sounds really sad, actually. Jane Green blurbed it, and she said, I started crying on page 1, crying and smiling my way through to the end. So my heart may be in a bit of danger on that one. Okay, next up we have If We Were Villains, and this was the most expensive book at $5.39 or whatever. And this has been on my TBR since Allie at Hardback Quarter talked about this and raved about it. I want to pick this maybe for a book club book for my book club. I think we would really enjoy this. Our bread and butter is kind of murder mystery things, more women's fiction, domestic thriller kinds of things, but I love a good murder mystery, and I think that it would go over really well in a group setting, it sounds like. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to that. Try to get all the nonfiction separated. I know I still have some fiction in here. Okay, we have Juggling, a novel by Barbara Trapito. I only know that this is about sisters and something goes totally awry at a Halloween party, and it's years later and they're still picking up the pieces from whatever the fallout was. Oh shoot, here's another. Lovers at the Chameleon Club, Paris, 1932. So there's another historical fiction. This is by Francine Prose. Okay, and then I believe the rest of these are non-fiction. So, first up, because it was 99 cents, I don't know. Yes, this is Blood and Smoke, a true tale of mystery, mayhem, and the birth of the Indy 500. I like sports. I like knowing how we got to where we got, especially if it has mystery and mayhem and blood and smoke. So yeah, I mean, I'm not hard to please, apparently. Just give me a little mystery. Give me the creation of something that we do now and how the world was at that time. I'm pretty much set. All right, next up we have Dick Cavett's A Brief Encounter. Foreword by Jimmy Fallon, which I love Jimmy Fallon, but I also hope that there's some Nora stories in here since Nora was on Dick Cavett's show a lot. Next up is Updike. This is a biography on John Updike. Speaking of Nora, I got She Made Me Laugh by Richard Cohen. I've read this more than once, so I was very excited to get a physical copy of this for under $5. Okay, and then I got Find It in Everything photographs by Drew Barrymore. I don't know. It was 99 cents. And it's just really cute photographs that she took of hearts just in your everyday life. I don't know. I expected it to be larger, though. I was thinking it was a coffee table book. But maybe she's out taking more pictures for a bigger book. I don't know. Or maybe I just got the mini. Okay, next up we have A Party Like a President, because did you think I would do a book haul without something to do with politics or presidents? You know me better than that. And check this out. 44 cocktail recipes. Boom. So excited. Alright, then we have Bad Luck Way. This is by Bryce Andrews, and this is A Year on the Rugged Edge of the West. This is a memoir. Oh, whoops. I have another fiction, Ballroom, by Alice Simpson. It's a novel. Looks like it's historical fiction. Imagine that. We're Just Like You, Only Prettier, by Celia Riven Bark. I have read some of her others, and they're just like humorous essays about the South. I'm from the South and I like humor, so sign me up. Next up we have I Do and I Don't, A History of Marriage in the Movies. I love movies. I love especially classic movies, and this just looks, how beautiful. So yeah, I'm just like really excited. I mean, I definitely saw Jimmy Stewart and said, yeah, we'll go there. Next up, I have Daring, My Passages, a memoir by Gail Shee, and I don't know a lot about her. I know who she is. I know some of her life, so I was excited to find this for under $5. I can basically stop saying that, right? Especially because I met my last two, which were totally frivolous and like 99 cents. The first one is, I Have Nothing to Wear. a painless 12-step program to declutter your life so you will never have to say this again. I have multiple closets. If you think my book hoarding is bad, you should see my shoes. So yeah, I saw this. I saw that it was like $1.39 and thought, bring it on. I'll prove you wrong. No. Just kidding. And then the next one is I Do Now What? Secret Stories and Advice from a Madly in Love Couple by Juliana and Bill Rancic. And I just love them. This is from 2008, and I absolutely read this in 2008. I had another copy of this. I don't know where it is. I probably unhauled it at some point because I was like, what? But then I saw it at 99 cents and thought, oh, I just loved their show. I watched his season of The Apprentice. We all loved The Apprentice. And now that man runs our country. It makes no sense. So, yeah. This is the last book. And I basically just got it because they're just so cute. And I remember really loving this book. And I think it has like a lot of humor and good advice, I guess. I remember thinking that it did in 2008. Which you have to know that was A, 8 years ago. B, I had only been married for 2 years at that time. And C, was obsessed with their TV show. So yeah, I don't know. I just saw it and loved and wanted to get it again. So I did. Okay, I will be back with part 2 of this super massive unboxing because now I have to go back to work. You know. Bye! Okay, part 2. So the next box is a smaller. It's a smaller box. This was my second order that I placed, and I purchased 12 books. My total was $36.98. The total of the 25 books, I don't know if I even said, was $35.45. So these, my lowest one is still $1.99, but there's only one of those. The second lowest is like $2.79, and the highest priced is $7.49. So these are all under $8 still. And by a long shot. I mean, I have a $7 one and a $5 one, and then the rest are 3, 2, and 1 ones. Does that make sense? And the first ones up in this box are some women's fiction. We have Living the Dream by Lauren Berry. This is supposedly like a Bridget Jones for the millennial generation. Then we have How to Be a Grown-Up. This is by Emma McLaughlin and Nicola Kraus. I'm trying to think what else Nicola Kraus wrote, but I know that Emma McLaughlin wrote The Nanny Diaries. And then last up we have The Knockoff. This is the only one of these three that I have read. I absolutely love this. This is by Lucy Sykes and Joe Piazza. They also wrote Fitness Junkie that came out last summer, and they both are just fantastic. And they're just cautionary tales with great, I don't know, they're almost like a chick-lit fable. It's like, they're excellent. Cautionary tales, learn from my mistakes. They just have substance is what I'm trying to say. They're not just easy breezy, get your mind off of the last psychological thriller that you read, which is what I like to do. I like to read, because I read a lot of nonfiction. I read a lot of heavier stuff. And then I really love to just delve into a women's fiction, historical fiction, chick lit, what I'm going to take some of that just pressure of constant brain activity, but with those, I highly recommend them. Joe Piazza actually has one out I got an ARC of, and it is called Charlotte Walsh Likes to Win, I think, and it is about a woman running a political campaign. I don't know if it's gubernatorial, congressional, presidential. I'm not certain on that, but I was very excited to receive that. Next up, we have Jonathan Troper, One Last Thing Before I Go. I don't know anything about this, but I love Jonathan Troper. He wrote, obviously, This Is Where I Leave You, because it says that super huge like. And I'm reading another one of his. I think it's called How to Talk to Widowers, or How to... I'm not certain, but it's excellent. I just love his writing style. I love how he can add just like quirky humor to not humorous subjects. So good. Oh, and I do want to say this was a scratch and dent copy. So if you're not familiar with Book Outlet, you can choose like a discounted. All of the books are fantastic prices. They're all discounted. However, they also have scratch and dent, where this one was, let me look. Well, hang on. It's under my stack. Okay, so One Last Thing Before I Go was $3.19. So this was a scratch and dent copy, and yeah, $3. Next up is also a scratch and dent, so it has a little bit of like an owie there and down here. But that's okay. This is The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton, I believe. This won the Man Booker Prize a few years ago, and it was everywhere on BookTube, everywhere on Bookstagram, all over the place. And plus, this cover is gorgeous, and it like kind of matches my living room. So I kind of want to just have it faced out like this. I have zero idea of what this book is about. This was an absolute cover by slash, oh, I've seen that a bazillion times, and it's under $5, add to cart situation. Okay, next up I have one that was also a cover by, but also it's going to get added to his friends over here on the classics shelf, and that is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I love this cover. It's just so beautiful. So it initially was a cover by, because that's like what caught my attention, and then I was like, oh, I haven't read Great Expectations. I think the only Dickens I've read are A Tale of Two Cities and A Christmas Carol. So yeah, definitely. I'm just going to go ahead and put them right here, even though these shelves, whew, I still got to, it's a long story with these shelves. They have got to be reconfigured. Okay, next up I have one that was on my TBR for a very long time, and that's The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. This is uber duper popular and so beloved, and so I'm excited to now own it, and hopefully I will get to it shortly. But this cover is incredible. So as soon as I saw the cover, of course, was like what immediately caught my attention, and then when I saw, oh, that's the Joy Luck Club, that's been on my TBR for a very long time, add to cart. Okay, the next two are books in a series. This is Psychos and American Babe, and these are both by Babe Walker. These are humor books. American Babe was a scratch and dent. You can see that it's been slashed, but that's fine. I'm not worried about it. They were under $3. I think these two were probably on the $2 or $1 side, which is incredible. I loved White Girl Problems, and these are both White Girl Problem books. They're like in that series, of White Girl Problems book. So yeah, if you haven't read a Babe Walker, I can only recommend White Girl Problems, because that's the only one that I have actually read. But they're hysterical. I probably read it, oh gosh, 6 or 7 years ago, but I still will absolutely recommend when somebody wants just a humor book of just like nonsensical hilarity. So I'm excited to add these to my Babe Walker collection, because that's apparently what I'm amassing at this point. And next up I have American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And yes, I got the mass market. I hate mass markets, but I love this cover. And it was $3 or $4. And I'm so excited to read this. This has been on my TBR for a while, and now it's a series with Kristen Chenoweth, and all I know about it is that it's a series with Kristen Chenoweth, but I absolutely adore her, and I really want to get to this. I will probably listen to this, honestly, but I definitely wanted to have this cover in my collection because okay, next up I have another historical fiction. This is Radio Girls by Sarah Jane Stratford, and this is about women in London in the 1920s who are working for the radio. I'll put that over here on these stacks are encroaching upon me. Last book, left the most important book for last, and that is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. This is absolutely top 10, top 5 favorite books of all time. I gave my hardback to my brother for Christmas, and I got this super wonderful velvety floppy trade paperback. Floppy trade paperbacks are my absolute favorite, and it is about time for me to do a reread of this. I really want to also read Donna Tartt's The Secret History, so I might have to do a little Donna Tartt binge action. And yeah, so those were the books that I purchased from Book Outlet in one day. 2 orders, 1 day, 1 long ass video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this because I enjoyed collecting all of these books. My inner book hoarder is so excited. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Book Outlet haul, and you will definitely see more book hauls from me in the future. And if you want to see that, if that just sounds like something that you would like to watch, please subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified when I post videos. I do Tag Tuesdays and Top 5 Fridays, as well as other bookish content. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!